Welcome everyone to the Midnight Social Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. OverLord. With me today, as always, the actual person who's running this podcast, Kuro.
Sorry for the delay. Sorry, everyone. I happened to had my mic turned down at some point in my life. I don't know why, but it was turned down, and then I was
Yeah, this is why you should invest in an audio interface, kids, or
yeah. uh,
or just skip the USB train outright.
well, here's the thing about it. Is like I had it. It was turned down. Like the mic was turned down. I don't remember. I don't know what I was doing that turned it down because I was trying to use a voice meter, and I guess I might have turned it down at some point. But I was
Oh,
recording.
voice meter. Yeah, you have to watch you need to watch like a few tutorials on that.
Yeah. Um, and then what happens is I was trying to separate the backtrack from the audio and increase my voice. But what happens is that it just I might have turned it down at some point or after my recent
Oh
stream.
yeah, are you using voice meter right now, or
Oh, not right now. I should have turned it
you
on,
should
but
probably get that?
I
Yeah, you
tu-
should probably turn that on right now.
it probably might refuse me because what happens that there's some like if I have it on like if I have the Twitch Studio on, it might just say you can't use. No, you can. I can. Never mind. Okay, it's booting up right now. Last time it was like it told me I couldn't use the Twitch. I couldn't use the Twitch audio and the voice meter at the same time. So I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, you kind of have to like use one or the other as well.
What are the book you going to be reading?
I think at least.
Oh, I have a question. Twin Sandy, I don't know a story I'll be reading this time, but when we get there, when we hit there, we'll get there. Probably read more Metal Amy. But yes.
Well, while we're on the topic, before we get that, I want to talk about some stuff. Specifically, how to encourage piracy of your product 101.
I think that's already put. I think that's easy to get to because if they don't give it to you and you want it, then I guess it's time to sell seven Cs. I think companies just.
Specifically, or the other way, you already had a decently working product. You have a pretty good product and have a pretty good what's going on for you, but then you decide to do something extremely stupid, i.e., if you guys haven't paid attention in recent news, Clip Studio Paint by 2023 will introduce a subscription service. So
Yeah.
if you want to update to the latest version of Clip Studio, you're gonna have to pay a constant fee.
Wow, hey guys. Well, look at that. Who's everyone who's praising Clip Studio Paint was like, "Oh my goodness, Clip Studio Paint's so
Yeah, it's
great."
like that's like that was your hey yeah, you know that main edge that a lot of you guys are where you're attracted to us. Yeah, we're gonna stop doing that now.
Oh my goodness, this is such a sad day. I don't use Clip Studio Paint anyways, but all the Clip Studio Paint chads were bragging about how great their product was
I mean, like
is and now
it
was,
is. It is a good product. Don't get me wrong.
but now we had to
It's
pay
just
for a
like
subscription model.
because like the reason why is because one, it was a one-time payment,
Yeah, but then.
but then they pulled an Adobe.
Mhm.
So did FX Home, the people behind HitFilm.
Mhm.
If you guys don't know, HitFilm Express is essentially an edit. The whole HitFilm series is basically a video editing software. Um, and if those of you who actually go to my videos, you would have known that it's primarily in. Don't pay attention to the credits. You would have known it's primarily my main editing software of choice.
Mhm.
To make videos with. And keep in mind, believe it or not, when it comes to the Western hentai scene, and I guess like the hentai scene in general, um, Clip Studio Paint is actually is one of the backbones of this scene. I think a lot of people underestimate that,
They're
and
probably
so is VTubing. Because let's be honest here, um for those who make models and draw them, it is like that every time when you have like a Adobe product, it eventually is going to be a very big net negative on you. I need to get we need to get Dog Boy in here.
Yeah, he said he's going to be coming soon.
Yeah.
So it's just us dealing with the Clip Studio Paint debacle. I'm looking at it right now on the website, and it's like Clip Studio Paint moves to subscription model. I was like, mm-hmm. Yep.
Like congrats, you just single-handedly enabled piracy. How do you feel?
I feel pretty proud of myself. Thank you. Go ahead, sail the seven seas and take what is yours. I mean, I
Yeah,
I mean, I used it and I couldn't fully use it, but maybe if it falls off
yeah,
a ship or something like that. But I don't think I'm still using Photoshop, so I don't see myself using
yeah,
it in the
and
future.
you used the pirated version of Photoshop already, so you're kind of good to go
Allegedly,
forever.
allegedly, I don't even know where it came from. I just know that it was given to me. So
Yeah, your cousin gave it to you.
yeah, and I don't know where he got it from. So
So,
and
like I said, it's like you're kind of good to go because one, you're not under Adobe's thumb. Like you're not in, you're not having a vice-like grip on Adobe.
and
You don't longer have their vice-like grip on them. So,
yeah,
for you, you're pretty much good there.
and I'd actually, and another thing is that okay, so if oh, shoot, what was I thinking about? I was thinking something about Adobe and Clip Studio Paint. I mean, it doesn't Clip Studio Paint have the same thing as Adobe? Like, what's different? What's special? Like,
It's more like intended for artists. Also, they have the asset store, which makes it a lot easier for people to upload and download custom brushes. They also have that 3D model thing I talked about earlier. Here,
yeah, I guess so. I have seen that 3D model thing on
yeah,
other people's streams. Um, and then I know that is Bane Paint. Maybe everyone might move over to that because that looks pretty free. I mean, even though it's on
or
phone.
they'll just move to Krita.
How good is Krita? Because I don't see people talking about it
It's
as much.
it's good, and I actually like the fact that Krita of all said like one, they don't support NFTs, which okay, I don't really care for.
I'm making it. I'm making sell NFTs.
Um, Actually, I watched Razorfist's recent video. I now have like I can now see say like what people say what NFTs are. I'll just basically tell them it's just digital baseball cards.
That's true.
Whoopsie daisy. Uh, Krita. Actually, let me follow them. And also, if you guys are wondering, Krita is basically it's like Clip Studio's open source cousin. I'm trying to find it. I mean, they retweeted a lot of their stuff. A lot of like the we don't fuck with Clip Studio with this. There it is. I finally found the fucking link.
Yeah, Krita is a free and open source raster graphic editor, primarily for digital painting and 2D.
Yeah, I've used Krita before as my main painting software. It takes some getting used to. Um, in
Mm,
fact, I didn't even know how to even
let me see the
uh
features on Krita.
because like when you start drawing, you notice how like there's nothing appearing there. I turns out I just had to disable OpenGL.
No trials, no subscriptions, no limit to your creativity for now. Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Oh, okay, it has the same kind of layout. I wonder if Medibang still has theirs because I stopped using it because I was using it for
Probably.
one purpose, and then I had it on. I did. I had it on my old computer, but oh, it opens
They
up
even have an
the
animation studio as well, animation part as well.
oh, okay.
Meaning you didn't have to pay an extra $180 for EX.
Huh.
Because because as you guys don't know, initially Clip Studio Paint Pro costs about, I gotta say, yeah, it was about $50.
Oh, turn that down. Let me see this animation thing. Might need a better animate. Might need something to better animate. So okay, okay. Just browsing through this. There's a timeline. I mean, Photoshop has a timeline, but it's complicated.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
not
like
made not
I'm
made
pretty
for
sure
it.
it's like only limited to like 30 frames.
I think you can go a little higher. I don't know. I found I can go higher than 30, but I'm using one of my animations. I am using 30 frames. Uh, I was gonna go 60, but then I was like, yeah, I'll just stop there. Like, oh, I would check again because the last time I don't remember because like all I know I went up to 30 frames because oh yeah because I wanted the file to actually play on my desktop.
Yeah, so basically it's essentially an open source. It's basically like poor man, but yet open source Clip Studio Paint.
Oh, I guess everyone's gonna go over here then until Critter says changes otherwise. Oh,
Yeah,
that's some good stuff.
I mean, like they said that they don't support NFTs, they don't do any of that shit. So it's like, and they've been going at it, I think, for like almost a decade or two.
Yeah, Critter 5.1 is released. New features, major new features released. Um, read more. Let's see. Even more operating can handle multi select layers. Improved WebP, Photoshop layer, TIFF. Oh, I use TIFF. Photoshop files. There's new support for JPEG XL. We're using XSMD instead of VC vectors. The fill tool has been extended with continuous fill. New enclosure. Okay, well, you always need a fill tool. I thought they just added a fill tool. And you can now configure touch in Canvas and tap undo. Okay, well they're getting there.
Like
I'll probably run through
and
these hills someday.
Hit Film, one Effects Home got bought out by some other company. I forgot about them, but a bunch of changes came in, and one of them was the fact that Hit Film is now a paid subscription now. So
Really?
if you update Hit Film without having any previous files, you're essentially fucked.
See, Hit Film is free. Well, this is not updated yet, but this one says Hit Film is free editing, creation software and powerful. Da, da,
Go
da.
to fxhome.com
Okay.
because if you guys don't know, like
Seems like it's still free. They still have a free.
well, no, it's not. Like the free version, like I'll show you. Like let me sign in because I do have an FX Home account.
Because I'm on it right now, and it's like free
Yeah,
video
let me
editing.
just show you. Let me just show you. I do have an FX Home now, home account.
You're like, I know about more about you from the creative tools. Wait, are you creative?
Let me. Okay, there it is. Pricing. Uh, okay,
This.
okay. I pasted in chat in
Okay.
general.
There, I got it. Okay, here we go. We got free $0, and you get the software, unlimited exports up to HD, 10 songs, 25 effects, and 5 templates. And for creator mode, you get it's right now. I guess it's on sale for $6.25 a month, and you get ultra. We get you get hit film creator, image image creator, uh
Emerge.
emerge creator, unlimited exports up to 4K UHD, 100 songs, 100 sound effects, 25 templates, and premium support. And then you get the pro, um, which has same thing: Boris FX, objects, Foundry 3D tracker, unlimited exports up to 8K, and more songs.
I swear they're trying to think like they're the fucking next like trying to think like movies would buy them. Which I think like one movie was made in was all made in DaVinci's Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve. I heard of that.
Yeah. I also have that as well. The reason why I prefer using to use HitFilm is because of its motion tracking.
Does it work?
Kuro?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just wondering,
Okay,
does it
good.
work like Adobe Premiere?
What like you just drag like the thing that you want to have motion tracked and just do like a few layers?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Okay.
the first thing you have to make a composite shot and then you do it.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta stop using Clipchamp. Like I'm using this online version. I don't know where I saw it in the Microsoft Store, and it was free, and it's called Clipchamp, and I yeah, it gives you some free songs. Kind of works slow. Um, and I have problems trying to export anything from directly from the thing. It's a totally online like full,
Okay.
Windows Movie Maker.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
which I did not know, because what happens is like it saves to my download folder. And I was like, why can't I find my stuff? It's like straight to the download folder when you edit it, and it takes like half a day to get things going. So
Yeah.
I would, if FX Home is better for editing, I'd probably swing over to that. Plus, if I
Yeah,
can,
but now they're doing a fucking subscription thing. And keep in
I
mind, if
mean,
you have the free version of it,
yeah.
you get if you do export it, you'll get this fucking watermark.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I was like that. I was like, free sounds good, but you said, "Oh, watermark." I was like, "Okay, well, never mind." Bandicam at the top of your videos, instead it just says FX Home, or what's the other one people are using? Direct. The other one they're using by phone. I forgot what it's called.
Power Director.
Yes, Power Director. I forgot. I don't know watermarks. They've been trying to fight against Walmart watermarks, but also I think Wonder Filmora. I think I remember using that once, and I don't think it had a watermark on it, but it had everything. I don't know how it got on my on family computer, but it got there. So that might be an option.
Probably.
Yeah, right. Unregistered Hypercam. No, unregistered like Hypercam 2. The classics. Yeah, no one wants big old watermarks sticking on their videos, but if it comes to it,
Yeah, especially in today's standards.
and enterprise, you can custom pricing. It's probably not going to be under $10
Also,
anyway.
hey Fuzzy, I sent the link to like another one of my friends' Discord. So
Okay. And I have this streaming on Amino and pretty much everywhere. All right.
welcome
Well,
to the Heartbreaker Club. We got soda and drugs. We got.
well, that sucks. Well, anyways, Cliff
But
Studio
yeah,
Paint
both
charges you.
that's how you encourage piracy, kids. have a good product, and then eventually you change your way of your monetization product, which I'm guessing like they're not making as much money because you guys don't know hit film they were trying to make most of their money through special effects.
Oh,
So
okay.
like if you bought like a special effects pack of say like fire pack 1, has like some generic fire shit, um you'll just pay like at least like what, like $20 for it, and you're good to go.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of some other. Um, no, I don't think thing has it. Um, I had to check it. I haven't used it in a while because I really have not used Clipchamp in a while because I was using it because I wanted to cut down my videos, thinking that people would watch my YouTube videos if they're smaller. But it wasn't the video being small. It was the game not being important. It wasn't one of those known games, so I didn't have to use it again or check what was in there. All I know is
Oof.
there's some templates where you can put like do some like like
Yeah,
game
it's like
opener
and you know
like
like I said, it's like you just purchase those for like a use some money, and yeah, that was what they were kind of betting on, like the razors and blades model, some people would call it.
oh that was cool.
So you like you buy like the handle, and then you sell the blades for like at a markup.
Let me look at this. Video editor. Yeah, so it wasn't it's it does what it does. It does the thing it needs to do. I don't really need much from it. I was just looking for a better editor tool, but it's free. So I suggest maybe getting on the Clipchamp
Yeah,
until
I might.
otherwise.
I mean, like I still have an old version of HitFilm Express. That's what I'm using right now.
Anywho, parent company for CSP stuff joined Metaverse. Really, at the same time, CSP dropped the weird unprompted subscription pricing switch up. Mm-mm.
So it was a bit of a double whammy then, because a lot of people fucking hate the metaverse right now.
You know what? Oh, that reminds me. Since I'm getting into some old stuff, I should really get back to a VR chat. But I have no reason to be there in the first place. But yeah, I saw a commercial for the metaverse. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Just VR. It's like VR chat, just more sanitized, I guess.
So, yeah, Fuzzy. In our one of our previous podcasts, we talked about how VR chat implemented easy cheat when in reality all they just had to do was just make do better moderation.
My kneecap.
That's all they had to do really, because no one was really asking for it.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone's asking for it. Anywho, that sucks.
Okay, another thing I wanted to actually talk about was this thing called Dreamcore.
So is that the like the verse of night core? Like, is
Not
that the
really.
good night core?
I actually have the Aesthetics wiki right here right now. You can also put this here in the show notes while you're there.
Alright, you just do- actually, I'll just type it in. Oh, you're gonna okay. Never mind. Because
You can just read it, because I'm gonna keep continuing promoting our
dreamcore is a surrealist aesthetic that uses motifs commonly associated with dreams, daydreams, or nightmares, portrayed through media such as images, videos, and on occasion music. Dreamcore shares many similarities with surreal memes. Oh, you know what? Okay, before I go, I saw someone, some kid on their wall or something like that was like talking about a bunch of cores. They're like talking about like weird core and dream, or maybe not dream core, but weird core, elf core.
Oh yeah,
Um,
weird chord. That's one of the things that they have a bit of overlap. Another one is nostalgia core.
yeah. How about elf core? You heard about one?
No.
Like I thought these were just like music, or I don't know.
Um
They're still about music.
There's like, yeah, it can be more than music, but however, it can also be like, aesthetics as well.
Okay. Because what I know about is like it went on with like more cores and like okay, I don't know what's going on and I'm gonna back out. But weird core has like a bunch of eyeballs and stuff like that. Instead of dream core
Yeah.
focus on
Yeah, I
emulating
saw
the
like a few
general.
TikToks of it, believe it or not.
Oh, I don't go on TikTok, so
I
that's
meant like compilations of it on YouTube.
oh okay, that makes more sense. The corpos smell money in the water. Of course they do. A lot of them. Way Apple still does. Apps in store being able to use platform places required on software designs. Yeah. Oh, Omori. Wait, related to Omori. Okay, sorry. I've been seeing that game around, but I never actually seen the gameplay. I didn't know it was related to Dream Core. So yeah, tell me more about this Dream Core. I go actually look at. Oh, here's a weird core. Anyways, actually, let me
But
look at weird core while you're talking about Dream Core.
visuals. Dream cars started before as a commonly portrayed through images and videos, which utilize the different base images such as liminal spaces. Uh, think of the back rooms as liminal space for reference.
I never heard of those places. Sorry.
Liminal spaces. Have you heard of the back rooms, right?
No.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm
Goddamn
sorry.
boomer.
I'm sorry. I was like, what? I've never heard of this place. Please explain to me.
You fucking. It's best I just show you.
I mean, okay. Let me take a look at it.
Fucking. You goddamn boomer.
Hey, listen. I spend time on the internet, but I don't spend wherever you spend on the internet. I hear about these things, and I'm like, oh, cool. All right, moving on. This
You are
is
such a
if
goddamn
I
boomer.
had kids, this is the same thing. My kids would be like, Dad, I'm into this thing called Dreamcore. Like, kids are weird, but I was probably into stuff. Oh, okay,
Alright, here's like one of them.
okay, yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice. I mean, it's like the same colors I use to draw, most of my backgrounds and not backgrounds, my underlayers, just blue and pinks, like kind of 80s, but okay, that's something. Um, let me look at. I'm gonna look. I want to look for elf core, but I don't want to look on screen just in case, I like
Alright,
some
there it is. Second notice on the space.
elf core. I want to make sure I look up elf.
Alright, so the briefing is basically like liminal space is a location which to transition between two other locations, such as states of being. Typically, these abandoned and oftentimes empty, and these are abandoned and oftentimes empty. A mall at 4 a.m. or a school hallway during the summer, for example. This makes it feels like feel frozen and slightly unsettling, but also familiar to our minds.
Oh, okay, here. The other stuff right here, right now. I see where
What?
I see. On the same side, I see liminal space. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. I only know aesthetic through the memes, so it comes to me as a surprise because I never heard of these things. Like I bet they were there all the time, but I just never heard of them actually. So that's why I'm like, what are these things? Oh yeah, Goblin Core. That's what. Yeah, sorry. Also, because I'm actually looking on the Elf Core, save to show, and then there's Goblin Core. I'm like, what is? Can you just throw core on? Is that like a suffix to anything? Wait, I better be careful.
Wait, what?
Goblin
Oh,
Core.
hey, dog boy. We just got out of a talk of talking about how to encourage people to pirate your product.
Oh, y'all were talking about the Clip Studio bullshit thing too?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, that pissed me off. I even
Also,
I even commented on that tweet too.
Oh, Clip Studio boys are mad.
Yeah.
we're talking about we're all, but now we're talking. So, give your 2 cents. For me, it's kind of just enabling you for people to pirate your product. I used to,
Honestly.
I also talked about hit film also being the same way.
Yeah, what makes these companies, think that's such a good idea? That they
Because there's
literally
nobody doing it.
yeah, it's like they literally just like they pride their product to be, a one-time payment, never to be subscriptions, then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh yeah, we're doing the subscription thing, the one thing that made us so loved and endeared."
Yeah, our only fucking edge. But now we're doing this shit.
Yeah, it's like, come on. It's like what they should do, honestly, is it's like that gold service thing, which I think that was supposed to have been, uh, supposed to have been a subscription service too, where you only pay like less than $1 a month, and then you get like a shit ton of coins or whatever. They should have been more promoting for that. You know, I don't know. What was the price of it anyways?
But yeah, it's I also talked about how Hit Film did this as well. Because
Yeah,
Effects
that's
Home got bought out by some company. I forgot what they were.
I didn't go with them because they were too expensive. Like it's like I don't know. I hate the fact that they're going to go to the subscription service, but like I didn't see how much it would cost. Like, is it going to cost like $15-$20 a month, or is it going to be like a less than $1 a month? Then I'll be okay with it somewhat.
For me, I'm just gonna fucking sail the seven seas.
Yeah.
And for the Hit Film one, I already have an older version of Hit Film. So for me, I'm good to go in that.
Okay, so pricing on Clip Studio Paint Pro will be $49 US.
That's just no. This is
Oh,
like 2023.
Oh,
This is my next year.
okay.
So
Well,
we
they don't
still have
have.
yet.
Okay, don't have it up yet. Okay, well, you can get it
I
for
was about to
$49 right
say.
now. Oh, monthly plans. Okay, sorry. There's a monthly plan thing, so it's not a one-time buy.
No, right now it's a one-time buy,
Oh,
but by 2023 it's going to be subscription serviced.
okay. So I was like, oh, I thought that monthly plan was like, okay, yeah, okay, well, yeah, we'll find out. But you can still get it for purchase. Wait, about gold. One gold is equal to gold membership. Okay. Anywho, I'm not using it, so I have nothing to worry about.
But yeah, a
I'm
lot
just hearing
of
the
us
salt from the boy from the
encourage piracy. Yeah, at this point, just encourage piracy.
yeah. So much salt. Mm. Oh, delicious.
But now we're talking about an aesthetic I've been and I guess you can also call a music genre as well, called dreamcore. Dogboy.
Let me look
The
that up.
what?
It's called dreamcore.
What's that?
Oh, see?
Dreamcore is a surrealist aesthetic that uses motifs commonly associated with dreams, daydreams, or nightmares portrayed through media such as such as images, videos, and on occasion music. Dreamcore shares many similarities with surreal memes. However, it doesn't rely on absurdist humor. Instead, Dreamcore focuses on the emulating of the general feeling of a dream.
See, I'm not the only one who doesn't know what Dreamcore is.
Yeah, this one's like for me.
It's
Yeah,
the
for
first
me
time I'm
this is
hearing
like
it.
a Yeah, for me this is like yeah.
Yeah.
I've I decided to explore deeper.
I don't think this is deep enough, but I think it's like somewhere off in another dimension of the internet.
Like I'm deep in the iceberg here, baby. Visuals. If you guys are wondering, you can read along with me on the aesthetics wiki.
I got you.
Also, we
Yeah.
now have 3 viewers on Twitch, thanks to me.
Yay! We finally getting
Oh,
somewhere.
awesome.
Finally getting somewhere with the midnight social reading. Thank you.
I'm fuck. There it is. Visual. Dreamcore started started before as a commonly portrayed through images and videos which utilize different base images such as liminal spaces, unrealistic terrain and structures, Photoshop hills, floating buildings, etc., or even fantasy-like lands to give them a dream-like quality. Dreamcore visuals are typically lighter tone, pastel in color, and more bright and harsh. These base images are then overlaid with different elements with the major ones being text and characters. Dreamcore tends to include with surreal features. These characters aid telling a story or creating a scenario that one might possibly see in a dream. They also may include liminal spaces, however, character is not required. Also, text common element. It ranges from short phrases with very little context to entire conversations or monologues. It typically is written generic base Arial or serif font, time like Times New Romans. It can be different colors, sizes, and even patterns, depending on what it fits the situation. Best situation fits best. Text like characters like it's not required. Some other common features in Visual Dreamcore is listed down below. These are included but not limited to flat eyes, teeth, or other facial features, wings, rainbows, familiar places, places you may have seen, seeing yourself, bubbles, RPG elements, text boxes, etc., order, sparkles, music you may have heard of or has yet to be made, voices that sounds really weird, similar to reality, weird or awkward, although you might not remember them. Orbs, old televisions as head elements,
Hmm.
flowers, mushrooms, and strange creatures. There are more exactly there are nothing blah. It's nothing. There are no exact origins on them, but it has gained a popularity through the search of TikTok videos.
Which I don't watch.
Yeah. And you guys can just read the
Uh,
and there's even like a whole subreddit in Discord. And you can go through the images with that.
I heard of Yumi Nikki before, but I'm not really sure. Let me just Google this up and off screen just in case. I don't know what I'm gonna
I
find.
mean, Yumaniki is an RPG Maker horror game.
Oh, okay. Well then, that's where I heard it from. It's on Steam. Okay, I'll be on Steam soon. A trigger warning for anyone who's I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's already too late. You're already reviewing it. Anyways, all right. So that's what it was. Minecraft. I don't remember no Dream. Well, I mean, I played Minecraft, but I didn't play a lot of it, so I wouldn't know. Earthbound, probably. Gingivitis. Gingivitis. Never heard of it. Or Mori.
Omori, which I think is another RPG Maker game.
Yo, have. Oh, no. I was, I was itching. I'm itching to plug. It's like, yo, guys, have you heard? No, okay. I'm going to try to not plug and wait till the end in one shot. Oh no, these are our soundtracks. So, anyways, these are weird. I mean, some of this has that old GeoCities looking text, but gosh, it looks like a throwback. So, how'd you get into this?
Um, funny enough, through a music compilation.
Uh huh. You know what?
Let me.
That's you know what? That's fair because I got into vaporware. I don't know how I got into it, but I found vaporware, and then I was like, I'm up in this vaporware. So I've been like listening to like old songs, and then YouTube's been recommending me like different
Yeah,
artists and
like
stuff like
I
that.
think vaporwave should, in my opinion, should be in short spurts. Like
So,
should be like in short. Like any longer, kind of gets disorienting.
well, not for
If that makes
me,
sense.
not for me. I also listen to future funk too, but sometimes it's like it just jumps between both of them. So it does have that lo-fi, vaporware, future funk all kind of mixed together. Um, but it sounds good when it's like mixed with like a song that you already know. So like it doesn't really feel anything. It doesn't really do anything to me. It's just like it just sounds really good. And then having that future funk vaporware, and then having it expands. You go from one genre to the next because like they're all interconnected. So I found like a bunch of artists out there that do stuff, and then I got into well, actually I was always into mashups. So vaporware kind of felt at home because I was like listening to like Triple Q and Biotonic Stage, and then like Silver Gunner, uh, and then like other people, and then it's gone to those other cores genres, and it's just yeah, it matches, but the visuals weren't really there. I mean, it's just it was very just old, but it's not like what I'm seeing here as dreamcore or whatever people are into these
Um,
days.
Also,
Trauma
weird core
core,
is like a is one of those ones that also has a bit of overlap as well.
yeah,
The nostalgia core.
yeah. I never
There's a
definitely,
lot of cores.
yeah, right. I have only like 8 cores. Mm.
Yeah, don't fucking. I'm just finding out, and
Oh, is this? I don't like where this is going. But yes, yeah, there are so many cores, but
I mean, there's also a lot of punks.
I'm trying to get through this to get to the bottom to find it more cores. It just keeps going on. It's never ending.
Damn punks and their loud music on my fucking property.
I mean, to be fair. Okay, here's nostalgia core. A brief overview. Nostalgia core nostalgia is is an aesthetic involving nostalgia and archived history. More senses of nostalgia, such as child focus on childhood / teenagehood TV shows, movies, snacks, trends, fashion, video games, and other forms of technology. Hangout pledges such as malls, comic books, comics, and many other things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Insanity says, "What do you think about it? Uh, biblically accurate angels look kind of weird core in a way. That's true.
Funny enough, that's in the wiki. That's what it also calls it as weird core.
Weird core. What
Uh,
was it again?
A weird core.
No, what about Angel, whatever?
oh yeah, I'm saying that weird core is biblically accurate. Angels are like weird core. I guess because of the eyes. Because when people do the
Yeah.
actual ones,
Yeah,
they
it's
have.
like
Who was I talking with one day about that? But I was saying like that even like it's funny that we've kind of just taken the quote unquote biblically accurate angels as gospel, and then we still like to think demons are like big titty anime girls, which is kind of funny because in reality, you know,
It's easier to look at.
demons are supposed to be the worst versions of angels. So if we're horrified by what biblically, quote unquote, biblically accurate angels look like, imagine what a demon would look like.
Okay, Dogboy. Here's a test. Do you want a doom looking demon on your dick, or do you want a demon girl on your dick?
If I were to honestly be honest, I don't want neither demon because, and I'm not even saying this as a Christian or anything because it wouldn't make sense in the whole grand scheme. Like, I mean, from like a down bad simp concept of it, like, oh, this is this demon, or I should say really pleb concept of it that doesn't know shit about religion. But it's like a demon would it's the embodiment of sin. They'll probably do whatever I think is very sinful but very fun, yada yada blah blah blah. But really, in reality, they would just be there to torment you. So if you thought you were going to have a fun time with a demon, it might actually be worse. They might make sex even horrible. Even a blowjob be the most horrible thing in your existence.
All two.
But if you think about it, you would much rather have sex with an angel because they know what makes you happy. That's their whole like thing. You know, they would go out of their way to make you have the best sex of your entire life, and plus if they even know that you have a kinky side to you, they'll exploit that. They'll be that cat girl, big titty anime maid girl.
Can't deny it.
Honestly, I'll go with the other option of the Beretta M1 M9A4.
And plus, like, how can, and this is what something I brought up one night with somebody about the whole biblically accurate thing. It's that the only thing that's off about that is that even if Ezekiel were to have seen angels, how much of it did he really honestly saw that was accurate? Like, and it's like because the whole reason why like even Lovecraft even have that whole cosmic horror thing to him, that you look at these creatures and you're automatically going insane, it's because of whenever somebody were to see an angel or something, they would describe it as being kind of otherworldly to even comprehend. That it is beautiful, but it's beyond their comprehension. So there's a degree where there is some illegitimacy to what he described angels as. There's even the
Ozzy.
books, like it's like there's even other books where people claim where they see the angels and they look totally different. Some look like dogs, some look like people they knew. It just really depends on your mental fortitude, and probably who knows, maybe the angels were probably playing a prank on them. But there's also like, I mean, Curl, you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but didn't Moses see the cherubs too, and they present themselves as like infantile, somewhat children?
What I do know is that the cherubs were on the Ark of the Covenant, and
Mm-hmm.
they're built in a way that they had to be accurate and pointing towards each other. So they just said cherubs. They didn't really. I don't think they described what the cherubs looked like. They just said put these cherubs on the Ark and make them face towards each other on top of it, and you said
Right.
wood. So I don't think
Like
they.
I said, the Beretta M1S2.
Yeah, I
The
don't think.
gun.
Yeah,
The waifu eyes guns. Yeah. But
Uh,
but yeah, it's, I don't know. I just find it funny because it's like I'm not dissing it or anything, but I think there's a double standard there. It's like if we are really going to believe that I mean, by technicality, every entity in the Judeo-Christian lore is a cosmic horror entity, whether
oh yeah.
kind of like it
even
or
death,
not.
even death may die.
Even death may die. I wouldn't say about that. I mean, if you're going to die, then why be the embodiment of death in and of itself? Oh wait, you might be meaning something else. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just something to me that doesn't really make sense whenever modern humanity, or even prehistoric humanity, or not prehistoric, pre-modern humanity have conceived about the notion of deities, not just Christianity lore, but even like Norse mythos, Shinto, Chinese, Native American. It's a lot of times, a lot of the stories are, like, I mean, this is bound to happen regardless. Like, after you keep telling the same story throughout 1,000 years, at some point it's going to get warped and changed.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're seeing right now with films and comic books and media, that we keep telling the same story of Superman, for instance, so many times. At some point, people are changing his story, so you can't really define what is truly canon. This is why I usually say like there's three canons, but the problem is that like it goes to even mythology itself. You just go along.
Oh, what about the one that's written in stone?
Oh,
Is that like
what's written in stone?
like any canon that's written in stone? Does that count as the true, like the original true?
Well, if it's original, then it's God canon.
Right.
If it's God canon, it's written by the original person. But it's kind of like, and I learned about this last night too. It's that basically in modern day, and this goes to even to the 20th century or the 19th century, is that if there's a medium or media that is going to be told for whatever generation there is, it's going to get bastardized regardless. If the person loves if the person telling the story loves the story, but wants to tell it in a certain way that they feel that's more beneficial, then it's still going to be bastardized, like Disneyfication, basically. And then if you don't like the story and want to demonize it, then you tell all the bad stuff. Basically, you're telling all the good stuff that you like, adding a few more sprinkles here and there, and then you tell the bad stuff as well. Like you tell the other medium, you tell only the bad stuff because you don't like it, and you sprinkle all the horrible stuff as well, make it even worse. And so it's kind of like we don't, unless we really look at the God canon to what is originally said. This is why I get so annoyed when people talk about Medusa, because the story that we know, or we keep being told in modern day, how she's the victim and this and that, she was raped and whatever. That's told hundreds of years later
I
by
never.
someone that's not even part of Athens.
Yeah, I never heard of that story. I only heard the one where she was defeated. Never.
Yeah, with Perseus and stuff. Yeah, it's like it just goes to show what modern day civilizations prefer, and this goes correlated with the biblically accurate angels. It's kind of like everyone always because we're just cherry picking what we want to hear and what we don't want people to like. And so there's like Medusa has like over 1,000, 100 stories of her by so many different people, and then only one or two of them actually depict her as the victim, and the rest told her as she's the monster, what she really is. And so you gotta ask, all right, what did the first original poet say about Medusa?
I
Well,
think we're
she was a whore. Well, not a whore. She was in vain. She was a vain, priestess that fell in love with Poseidon, and they slept. Athena found out, got pissed off, and there you go.
Wait,
That's God canon.
is that how the Gorgons are made? Because she's a Gorgon, right?
She's a Gorgon, but her two sisters were made in their true forms, and she, being the youngest, was made in a human form.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't until like after the events with Athena that she turned her into her true self,
Oh, okay. Okay.
or true, like quote unquote, what the rest of her sisters look like.
Snake on snake on snake.
Yeah, a snake on a woman on a snake. Yeah.
Yo, dog, I heard you like snakes. So put snakes around snakes so you can do snakes and snakes and snakes.
So it's kind of like what I'm saying about the biblically accurate angels as well. It's like even my depiction of angels aren't going to be one for one or even as gosh. That's why I'm going to have as like a kind of like a subtle joke that every depiction of a god or of an angel or of whatever entity is not going to be 100% accurate, because one, times change, ideologies change, generations take on different cultures and so on. So cultures mesh and meld together. Even in religions meld together as well. I know a lot of people give Christianity a lot of shit because a lot of our stuff is products of other mythologies as well. But you look at other like Norse mythology is made up of other stuff as well. Greek mythology. I mean, when Alexander the Great, did his march across the known world at the time, he spread Hellenistic culture, and that's what Greek mythology is actually called Hellenistic, religion
Mm,
because of Helena. But I might be wrong about that, but in case somebody correct me if they want to. But yeah, since he did that, there's a chance that even in Chinese culture or even African, stories, there's semblance of Greek mythology in it. So you're not really, regardless of what it is, you're not going to get 100% accuracy. And plus, again, if somebody like Ezekiel were to see an actual cosmic entity like an angel, there's not 100% chance that he actually did saw them in their truest form, because angels in reality, they really don't have a solidified form unless it's of their choosing. It's like with Ariel and Uriel. Uriel is the Judeo name for one of God's archangels. But then when Christianity came along, Uriel turned to Ariel, so a man turned to a woman. But in my story, I meant where Ariel was always a female, but she was mistaken as a male. So it's kind of my take on it.
okay.
Or even with Clotho and her sisters. Later on in the comic, I'll bring up how they're used to be described as three old ladies who shared an eye amongst themselves, and then I'll say like in actuality, not in actuality, but they were actually giant creature-like monsters that did share something, but it was more of a sphere than an eye.
Well,
I was gonna think
I,
glass or something,
Yeah,
like a
or
mantra.
it's more like a cosmic, thread.
I just like how you just went into like a fucking rant
that's
about
fine.
while we were talking about fucking aesthetics.
That's fine.
Oh,
The judge approves.
which is what kind of like, and I'm sorry, I'm continuing to rant a little bit, but it's kind of like, but this will go back to our stories as well, where it's like what we're seeing now. Like I said before, it's what irritates me about remakes and reboots. Everyone always says there's always going to be the original, but we're seeing like right now, in case nobody hasn't talked about it yet, but WB is doing clean house of all their stuff, and they're making it where like Infinity Train is not ever mentioned. Like they literally wiped it from creation.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah,
Why?
that's
I don't know. And so in like 10, 15 years from now, when we try to tell children about the show, they're not going to believe it because where is it?
unless you have like a physical copy.
Yeah. That's why like a lot of people say you need to have physical copies of your stuff, because hell, we wouldn't even have Toy Story 2 if somebody didn't even have a copy of the data, because a woman was at home, because she was prego, and they lost all the files at their main base in Pixar, and the woman who was working from home, she had all the backup files.
also I think this Sailor Moon. I'm not sure how that the American Sailor Moon came about, but I'm pretty sure someone had some
Someone was
backup.
fucking huffing paint.
Well, other than that, I think they also had
Oh,
the.
that's actually a perfect example of bastardization of media. Or media
Oh boy, have you
is
guys
is
have you
is
watched it though?
it's or sterilization, as someone else put it, but it's basically like like even with Pokemon, we had to change the line where Brock, the infamous line about jelly filled donuts.
Jellyfill is my favorite.
I sure nothing beats a jelly filled donut. Yeah, that's sterilization. They will call it localization, but it's still sterilization regardless. And this is why a lot of people hate like localizing, Japanese media or people who do it, because especially modern day, and why a lot of modern day movies just kind of suck, especially with She-Hulk, is that every time you try to make something for modern day audiences, at some point somebody who has enough power, enough say, will sterilize it. And so that's what kind of like sucks about children's media. It's like there's like a fine line where you can have like dark stuff, and then there's stuff where you can just make them just completely fucking stupid.
Mhm.
like Cocomelon. That doesn't challenge anything. Dora
Oh
the
yeah,
Explorer doesn't challenge shit. It's just background noise.
while while we're
Yeah.
while we're on the topic of Cocomelon, yeah, that thing puts kids into a fucking trance-like state, which is scary.
It does. I've seen it, and it's about trans
Like
got
legit, like
almost got me one time.
one YouTuber actually did like a whole ass comparison, and like it was more on the faster side than fucking Arcane, where two people were trying to fight, than a fight scene in Arcane.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people say. That's what's wrong with SpongeBob is that there's so much going constantly. It's just like it's hard to really stay focused. And you know
All right.
honestly, yeah. And I'm not trying to get into politics, but I think it's like at some point we gotta start asking ourselves, instead of
All right, here's the video.
yeah, instead of asking, the same fucking questions, why not we just, investigate, because why people do certain things. I'm not gonna say what it is, but we all know it's America.
America.
What's up,
Instead of
fellow?
pointing the finger constantly, we need to figure out look at modern day media, look at you know all the stuff that we're constantly being bombarded with, and try to at least figure out, okay, and then even look at modern day politics. There's so much hate and negativity, and that's why we need a Superman movie. Really, that's what a lot of people say. We need a new Superman movie that's not Zack Snyder's, but something that is. I mean, yes, it is annoying. It is silly and goofy and campy to keep Superman as the Boy Scout, but that's what we need. We need a Boy Scout Superman, because that Superman is what he stands for, being the best of us.
Yes, pacing. It outpaces a fucking fight scene.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch this video. I'm definitely gonna watch this video later on to see
Yeah,
what,
I'm gonna watch that too.
because I know there's some my nieces, they watch, they're singing songs of Cocomelon or something like that. I'm just sitting there just waiting to go home, and yeah, so I was really paying full attention to this thing. I just know that they're singing in my ears, and I was like, I'm not. I just want to go home. Anyway,
Yeah, I was watching a baby one time watching it, and it was just kind of like I got transfixed on it too. But I was just sitting there questioning the whole entire time. I was like, what the hell is even going on? I'm hearing all the songs and stuff, but there's just so much going on, and I don't even know what the fuck we're even talking about anymore.
some kind of hypnotizing of Cocomelon.
Yeah, and it's like everyone always wants to talk shit on the '90s cartoons or something or whatever, and it's like, it's like how they get away with this, with a kids show. It's like, well, because kids at that time weren't a bunch of fucking pussies. We were
And
actually,
it also didn't help. It also helped the fact that the industry wasn't taken over by a bunch of loonies.
yeah. Which honestly, thanks to what was his name, Ted Cruz or whatever his name was, that's what really pushed the whole sterilization of media. That's why we lost a lot of great shows like SWAT Cats, because it was too violent for American TVs.
I'm just happy that Avatar that got done, because that had some fucked up themes.
And it was necessary because in order for child development, in my opinion, this is not medically sound, but in my opinion, I think that the in every child's meaning, you need to have a dark theme that is very important, like death. At least death. The concept of that life sucks, but it's okay though. You can progress through it. You know, or have adult themes in here and there. As long as it has context to I was watching something earlier tonight, Symbiotic Titan,
Oh yeah,
where
I
that
heard about
I
that show.
caught like a few episodes of that when I was younger.
Same.
I heard about it. Like, I
Yeah,
never saw
it
it,
was a
but
show made by the one of the big well there was three of the dudes.
Man of
Uh,
Action.
Man of Action, but I was saying more so it's kinda like the creators of Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, and so on and so forth.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was a series that you know it was uh that it was aimed for children, but it still had a lot of adult themes that you would find in a teenage life. You know, you had sexual content. Like there was that scene with the redhead girl dancing,
Oh,
twerking in front of the robot dude.
yes.
But that was necessary to happen, as uncomfortable as it was, because it established that later on, it's like the talk, the conversation he and the girl had solidified the relationship, saying like you're more than just shaking your ass in front of random dudes. You have potential, and then you will have the concepts of death. You know, losing family, going to a new place that you're not familiar with. Um,
Yeah, with the princess, right?
Princess, and even the soldier boy,
Yeah, Lance.
Lance. Yeah,
Uh,
sorry, his name escaped me for a second, but yes. Um,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I never watched it. Like I don't have. I never had it available.
yeah,
I mean,
Um.
and it's fine. I mean, I'm not going to reprimand. I don't think anybody in their right mind will reprimand you because, it only lasted for one season. I think.
which is extremely sad.
Yeah, because it set up a lot of plot points and stuff, and I don't remember what the guy said why it failed, but I know that to this day that the creators of the show still want to try and get it back on air, at least get a second season out, so they can make their official goodbyes. It's like with Samurai Jack. We waited all these years for conclusion of that story, and Samurai Jack had a lot of messed up stuff going on in there too. You know, but it still was very impactful.
I
You
have to
know,
admit that I got bored of Samurai Jack after a while because every time they kept on moving the goalposts back, I was like, "Come on, just let Jack get there." And then like the show
Like
ended.
it's like constant cock blocking.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, we're finally going to get some kind of resolve." Nope. And I'm like, "Okay, you know what? I'm getting tired of this."
yeah, and then finally with season four, we finally got that conclusion.
Yeah, and it was like that's a little bit too. It was a little bit too late for me because I already checked out. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
like
oh yeah. I
they
mean, like I'm not going to sit here and say I was an avid watcher either, because because at the time, I didn't have the luxury, to consistently watch or consume the media. It came on when it could. And same with
uh
Teen Titans. I try to watch as many episodes as I could. But at the time period, it's like the other thing is when my dad and stepmom were seeing each other for the first time. And so every now and then, the only time I actually really got a chance to watch it was whenever uh, me and my dad would go over to her house, and I would go into the bedroom in the back, and they'll just sit and hang out in the living room,
yeah, they'd
and I
hang
would
out.
watch Toonami or whatever.
Yeah, put you in front of the TV.
Basically, yeah.
No,
Which I don't recommend ever doing that to kids,
it's like when the
because that
babysitter and the and your older sibling, or I think it's the other way around, and they put you to sit in front of the TV while they go to make out.
Yeah, just give him a fucking beast smile. That's kind of what that's kind of what I was doing when I was a kid. I was playing video games all day and watching
The
cartoons.
same thing. Same thing happened to me. I was
yeah,
placed in front of video games and not told to do anything else. Well, I don't know what
yeah,
happened in the
just
background.
stay out of trouble. And then now as an adult, and I'm seeing the same thing happen to kids. It's kind of like it makes me not like resentful, but it's kind of like, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this to kids anymore.
I mean,
You
like
know?
one of the houses that we did moved into, um, it did have a park across the street. It was like a cul-de-sac area.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had friends, but I was a very socially awkward kid because I'm constantly been going from one fun place to another,
Hmm.
and I hated school with a passion. Still do. Um,
Join the club. I don't even watch Disney Channel because like Disney Channel has all those
Yeah,
like school shows.
yeah,
I'm like, oh,
yeah,
this is fucking.
to your mother, Disney Channel was the fucking devil.
Well, I don't think so. I think Disney Channel was more praised as the good thing.
Yeah, it was a more family friendly channel
But I,
Yeah,
compared to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. It's like Cartoon Network was the angsty teen channel, and then Nickelodeon is for the older adults.
oh, well, okay. So our Disney Channel is called Family Channel, but like it plays just basically every Disney show that you think of, like Sweet Life
That's
of
what,
Zack.
yeah, basically.
And I just never liked that. And every other kid was like, "Yeah, we love Disney Channel." I'm like, if I got
yeah.
away
For
from
me,
school, I don't want
Disney.
to go
Yeah, for
back.
me, it was like Cartoon Network was where it was at for me.
Same. That's why I mostly watched was Cartoon Network.
Nick was
Um,
okay. And Disney was kind of a last resort because Adult Swim, and then Nick at Night, which I didn't do Nick at Night. I am so sorry. I cannot do fucking sitcoms.
Oh, that's okay.
I cannot do sitcoms. I'm so sorry.
So it was just
I
like
mean, that's
live act.
fine.
So it was like like Friends or
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
Friends, shit like that.
George Lopez coming on at
Yeah,
3 o'clock in the morning.
My dick don't do it.
Do, 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 do.
and I guess a little bit of Noggin when that was kind of still a thing on TV. It's still there, but it's like a fucking streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we had in Yale, Canada. We didn't. I don't think I had
Oh yeah, I
anything.
posted the what the like a little bit of a reference. Just think of that part of the center part as like a as a full on park.
Oh, okay. Well, in Canada, I don't think we had. We had one TV station called Youth TV or YTV. It played basically like, yeah, I think it would be the Nickelodeon of America. While we had the Cartoon Network separated, it was Teletoon. And when it hit a certain threshold at night after like Biotics, like our attempt at Toonami, we're like there's animes all over it. There was like Full Metal Alchemist, Inuyasha, and then after we're done, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna walk away from TV because and by 12 o'clock, they had to show they're socially demanded, but demanded by country, British television sitcoms. So what happens is by 12 o'clock, like they were showing this lady called Mrs. Bouquet, keeping up appearances, and and Yes Minister, and you just know, okay, well, you know what? It's British television. Time to walk away because all the cartoons are done, all the Canadian shows are done, all the American shows are done. Now it's just boring, dry British humor, and that's what we were forced to do, and that's what will happen at night for us in Canada. And then I guess it was after that. I don't know what happened. It just my mind went blank. I didn't watch TV after like 12 o'clock, so I didn't have to worry about those awful other shows. Oh gosh, those are some awful British shows. I can tell you for sure.
Brit- some awful British shows.
Like uh,
This
like Mrs. Bouquet.
all I'm just thinking about is like whenever a British that is that one Russian Badger bit. Whenever a British person says stupid, how many S C's and H's are there? Are you stupid?
See if I can find you keeping up.
Like, are you stupid, mate? Are you fucking stupid? Uh,
Oh man, I can't believe I remember the show. It ran from like 1990 to 1995. I don't want to. I don't want to go back into this. I mean, it was. I guess it was boomer humor. So British boomer humor.
British humor has always been known to be kind of dry.
Yeah. Yes.
So it wouldn't be even just boomer British; it'd just be British in general.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It Yeah, there's like a few British stuff that comes out that that I do find genuinely funny, like Monty Python. I
Yeah,
find that humor.
yeah. When you introduced me to Monty Python, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what Monty Python is.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I did introduce you to that.
And I was like, I was actually watching that, and I was like, okay. But for the typical appearances, I might watch an episode and see if it was just me, because it could be two things. It could have been I was just a kid, and obviously I'm like gonna be like, oh cool, I don't like these shows. Um, and I just happened to just not like it because I was a kid and I just wanted to go watch cartoons, or it was really bad. And what happens is that I understood, because that happened with me with Witch Hunter Robin. Um, and I haven't watched Ego Proxy, so that might happen too. So I have to find out if it's just me because I didn't understand, or is it just because um it was actually bad and I could tell. It's one of the two. But you know, you got the other shows in comparison, like Married with Children, and then you're like, okay, well that shows better. That shows something you can watch. Anyway, let me get away from this British stuff.
British.
Anyways, so everyone knows that Netflix cancels Resident Evil. Thank God.
Finally.
Yes.
honestly, good step on them.
So on IGN, they were like, they put out a tweet saying Resident Evil got canceled. Then I was like, went to go watch It's a Gundam just to see like there's a video popped up on my YouTube feed, and I was like, okay, what? I didn't want to watch it because what happens is I don't want to see Black Wesker. Um, because I'm like, that's stupid. How does West like, I don't know if you guys have played any Resident Evil or
Yeah,
are
I've seen some of
familiar.
the like
Yes.
Resident Evil games.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've played some of the Resident Evil. Yeah,
okay, so you
like
might
the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I think the only Resident Evils I have not played was probably what was it? I did not play six. I did not play Hazard, I think, or Outbreak.
oh yeah, it's kind of like the side,
One of those spinoff.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
one of those
spin-off
spinoff.
ones.
And if
Fun
I'm
fact:
missing something,
um, I was actually one of the games that Capcom wanted to prove like when I have a really good online scene. Uh, the other two were Monster Hunter and Automata Lesta.
Automata Lesta.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know. That's the title. That's the title.
Yeah.
I can tell you for sure. Okay, no, I'm not gonna go with that. Yeah, so
Monster Hunter did the best out of all of them. And honestly, the reason why I think I actually had this in mind. And why Monster Hunter is still popular to this day, at least, is because it's very anti AAA.
Yeah, very much.
Like, and it kind of came back to the design philosophy of Ryoji Sugimori, the director of Monster Hunter. If you're having this is like an abridged version of his quote, but if you're having trouble with with the type with a monster, then change. You need to change your tactics, change your weapons and armor, or just generally just get used to how the monster's nature is.
Yep. Wish the movie was a little bit better, but yes.
uh, uh,
Mm.
So no,
I
Monster Hunter is also known for its fairly slow-based combat.
yeah, I never played. I've never actually played a full Monster Hunter game. Um, Anywho,
Really?
yeah. So going on, I'm actually trying to find the tweet, but then I got myself stuck on other things on Twitter. Don't usually use Twitter, and
Yeah,
actually I
that's why
turn my
Monster
phone
Hunter
away
is kind of
from
becoming
Twitter.
famous. It's just like it's the breath of fresh air that a lot of people really desired.
Um, oh, wait. And what about the movie?
The movie was absolute shit. Don't watch it.
That's why I said don't. I wish the movie was better.
Oh, where's it again? Okay, well I found.
Yeah.
Um,
But was it in this chat or was it another chat where we discussed like how morbid Monster Hunter is?
it's probably not here because I don't think we were talking about Monster Hunter.
Okay, because I was just recalling that in one of the other chats, the guys would be saying like how like depressing Rise was, and then after a conversation with someone else, apparently that's in every Monster Hunter game. It's like there's some sort of morbid, depressing aspect of it.
Okay, I didn't find the IGN I didn't find the IGN article, but I did find Hollywood Reporter, and what happens is they're talking about Resident Evil being canceled on Netflix. So like I said, I like this. Apparently, this takes place. It takes place after number five, and we all know at the end of number five. Spoilers for a game that
Mhm.
came out 10 years ago in like 2009. I remember it vividly because I was going to college at the time, and people didn't really, and people were like, I'm not really sure they want to shoot black zombies and stuff like that. I was like, cool, I'm going to do it when I get home. So see you guys later. Um,
Yeah, I never even once thought of it like that.
yeah, some people
Yeah, I
in
mean, like
college were just like that.
you're in fucking Africa. Like, what did you expect?
Yeah, like it'd be different, like in South Africa, but even then, whites in,
Still,
in South Africa are the minorities. Which don't tell Twitter that they'll lose their fucking shit.
What? I can't believe this.
so we threw. So I threw. So I threw him in the loony bin. I hope that they get better.
Okay, okay, hold on, sorry. Okay, so basically, what like the whole thing that kind of turned the movie off. I don't know. Did why do people call this a movie when it's like a series? Like
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
why? Like it's I don't know.
So another red. So it's like so they're trying to do another Cowboy Bebop. God damn it!
Yeah, that I'm glad that
Come on.
I'm glad that failed. I mean,
Good thing it got. Good thing it got canceled on site.
it's people's jobs. Yes, that's one, but no one asks for this. Why are you
Yeah,
bringing?
nobody. Like,
Why do they keep bringing things that
I mean, we
people don't
did, but
ask
it's like
for?
back in the early 2000s, and that's when Keanu Reeves was in his prime. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Keanu Reeves spike because he is part Japanese, anyways.
Okay,
But anyways, it's like now it's like yes, we have the technology, but
I guess it's the wrong people,
why?
right? Wrong writers. We have the right shows, but wrong people writing it.
Yeah,
Like
we got the right shows, wrong writers, wrong people in charge, and
like
that's what pisses me off so
And
much.
that is. And keep in mind, the wrong people said wrong people are fucking loonies.
They are,
they
and
just
they're the same people that keep saying how oppressed and under power they are. But like, dude, you make up majority of our entertainment. You literally have the influence on the next generations, on the current and next generations. How are you so underpowered? You know, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And
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 the more you try to tell them, it's like talking to a fucking wall.
I mean, hence why what I was saying about like the sterilization of media, the adaptations, orally or visually representing a story that's been told 100 times gets bastardized, and why people, have that weird problem with adaptations. It's like I know I'm bringing back the dead horse, but I mean, what we just said about Cowboy Bebop is perfect example for this. Every new adaptation, something will be changed, something will be. That's why I'm kind of hesitant about the new Trigun series. I am very hesitant about like I don't care who's behind it. I don't even care if the original creators are
yeah.
behind it. It's just the fact that if you have to tell a story again from modern sensibilities, that's already a huge fucking red flag because like I'm sorry, it's just the current generation don't fucking are fucking assholes.
I thought Trigon on behalf of Trigon. I thought it was because they're going by like they're doing their brother Full Metal's Brotherhood. They're like going by the manga. I
Yeah, that's what they claim they're doing, or even doing like a prequel or something. But I'm like I don't know. It's like I'm happy about it. I don't like the design for Vash. First off,
Vash is
it
actually
looks
kind of
way too
ugly.
modern. Like keep them in the 90s. Like I'm sorry, I know a lot of people want to like try to make it for modern sensibilities, but keep shit in the fucking 90s. Keep shit as they were. Like I don't care who fucking likes it or not. I don't care how many people it fucking offends. Like if you got a movie that came out in the 1940s and you want to make it into 2022, 2023, keep the same shit. It's like I'm sorry. It's just like if it has racial shit in it, keep the damn thing. Like it's not for. It was never for you in the first place.
You weren't born that year, not for you.
Right.
Keeping the years, I see.
Right. I mean,
Oh, I see.
I shouldn't say it like that, but it was made that way for a reason. It wasn't just because bigotry or whatever else or mindset. I mean, 10, 20 years from now, the shit that we make now, it's going to be offensive and probably something fucked
Oh,
up to the
definitely.
people then.
Oh, definitely.
So that's what makes our media so hollow and lackluster, that our entertainment industry is so focused on making everything about modern sensibilities. And it's like no, that's not how you relate to people. Like I know I used to bitch about like making things too relatable, and there's a reason why. It's that if you want to relate to your audience, and for any future writers or animators or creators or any industry watching this, take this as a note. Write this down. Get a fucking piece of paper, touchpad or whatever, and write this down.
Close all your fucking tabs.
Yeah, or whatever.
Or listen to
Or
this podcast
even
over
a note.
again.
But what I'm about to say is fundamentally true. The true diversity and representation is not what your characters look like, what they fuck, or what they identify as. True representation on its core is the human struggle. The human struggle is basic every day. It's human struggle and human triumphs. That's what I should say. That's how you make a story relatable. You can have a story. We have stories about animals all the time growing up, and they're the most remembered things in all of history, and they don't even feature humans half the time. You have like the tortoise and the hare to this day. Why is that? Is it because it had some sort of political, social and economic thing in it? No, it just covered a fundamental human trait where if you get too cocky and full of yourself, you're going to get left behind.
Now, see, I think you're wrong. Here's what I think. I think the tortoise was slow because what happens is that he was. Okay, I'm not going to go into it, but
Man,
some
or yeah,
yeah,
or
yeah.
even like with Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf.
Now that was because she got blacked.
Ah,
Nah.
no, she was a little white girl that was judging a big black wolf. That's what it was.
That's what
No,
it was.
what it
Nah.
was about was like talking to strangers.
Mhm.
Don't talk to strangers. Which that's what we do as adults now or in modern day. But it's still a true message. Like even that's why I tell my nieces and nephews or any kid that before they get on the internet and start going on the World Wide Web internet, it's that don't believe everything you read on the internet. Same with TV. Don't believe everything you see on TV because that shit can come back and hurt you. I
Yeah.
mean, we are still we're probably having the biggest problems right now to this day with human trafficking. You know,
Mhm.
so I mean, all the more reason to at least reteach that. But yeah, and if you have a series, that comes out, and I think the best example is Lord of the Rings right now.
Yeah. What do you
Lord of
think
the
to
Rings,
that?
She-Hulk, any Marvel property, really.
What's happening to Lord of the Rings? I mean, I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I see that they're doing
Really,
something
you don't
to it.
even need to be a fan to know this is fucked up. But it's honestly that they remade a story that was written 100 years ago. That was based
Sweet
off a
Jesus.
series of fairy tales and mythologies that was thousands of years prior,
Sweet Jesus.
and make it
A
for
hundred
modern
years old.
sensibilities,
What they do, like I
A
saw
hundred
like
Smeagol.
race
years.
swapping
Oh,
and changing up the lore and
oh,
stuff.
oh,
And
oh,
100 years old.
oh.
I mean, it is right. Like,
Sweet Jesus.
Something wrong with it. Let's change it, I guess.
I mean, don't fix what ain't broke.
I mean, I wonder what goes through their minds. Is like,
Right.
oh, this is either
Oh
like it's a
yeah.
money thing,
Before
or
Dogboy
we
went
have
on
to
his
actually
rant,
fix it.
here's the I think I already posted the link for Nostalgia Core.
I'll pull it up. But yeah, to just see like what's I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it because they say we need to change it, or we like what
They
goes through
say
their
that they're
mind?
changing it for a modern audience. Which, okay, I was wrong. It wasn't 100 years. It's 1954 when it was first published. So about like 75 years, I guess.
Mm.
Which is
60,
almost fucking close.
which is close, about a quarter away. But it's like the problem with that is that like okay, I shouldn't be too gun ho or too hard on my stance about preserving, but it's only because of like what we keep seeing in today's shit. It's either some sort of socioeconomic political bullshit, identity politics shit
Yeah,
that all it does is just beats down and treats the audience like they're all a bunch of idiots. That's not how you do it. That's not how you get your message across. Like, yes, there were feminist stories back in the day. There were stories about racial inequality, but they told it in a way that treated the audience like they actually have minds, that they actually can understand and grasp this. It wasn't some sort of like middle finger to certain people. It was the foremost. Y'all remember my pyramid thing that I did? Where the pyramid of telling a story, right? The
yeah,
plot comes is the biggest important thing out of all of everything else.
yeah,
You just the so and so you have writers that'll come out and say they don't even know about source material. They don't even
yeah.
care about what they're working on. They're just doing it for a paycheck.
Exactly. That's what happened to Resident Evil. Like they're
Yeah, my
not
fucking
doing. They're not even going by source material. They're
ironically, that's also what happened to Teen Titans Go.
oh,
Right.
oh, is that what
Or
happened?
or hell, or it was Sandman. Like, yes,
Yeah.
Sandman when
Okay,
it was
Sandman
written,
too.
it
Yep.
was a
Who the hell
progressive.
is Sandman?
The what?
What was Sandman anyway?
Sandman was like a DC graphic novel series of that followed basically the seven incarnations of of eternity. Basically, you have destiny, you have death, you have dream, you have desire, you have
I think
delirium,
this clip of
destruction.
Harlan Ellison talking about like kind of like when he was writing for a TV episode for Star Trek. I think this whole clip sums up your feelings towards it.
Let me see.
I think I also previously
Oh,
showed it.
this one. Yes. Yeah. This one. This video. I remember this. We saw it for one of our social watchings.
Okay, yeah, he's basically talking about like the honesty of the story and the characters and stuff. Yeah, that basically
Just
sums it
keep
up.
watching.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna play on the stream because yeah, I might have to take it somewhere else. Actually, there's other things I gotta do. Sorry, guys. I know on the audio probably is okay to get caught on stream, but other than that,
Wait, what?
no, because I'm pretty sure the audio from it can be caught. I'm allowed to have it play. Like I think it's just music.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we don't get you in trouble with
yeah,
copyright and
Yeah, I
stuff.
know,
Yeah.
but like that's why I'm having simply Dogboy watch it.
yeah,
Well, y'all can still hear from my end though.
yeah.
I don't know how to turn that off, but yes,
Oh,
I'll watch it later on. But I think I've seen this before anyway, so I kind of know what he's talking about. But yeah,
yeah. A lot of shows that we have are being rewritten, as we all know, just being redone
It's
yeah.
for
just like
all of our grasp.
it's like and it's like keeping. I mean, like remember, kids.
I don't know.
Rage brings in clicks, but apathy
It kills you.
Yeah,
Um.
and
Yeah. Yeah. Like, give a shit about what you're writing about. Like, don't be
Yeah,
like.
and like if you
Oh,
know it looks like if you know it's going to be bad,
yeah. It's
um
just. I
then
guess that's part of us that makes this, weird. That we like to look at stuff that are morbid sometimes. It's like watching train wrecks.
yep,
It's
I
like
love
yeah,
sometimes
watching
like
train
results in
wrecks.
not.
and like Dan Slott said, if you guys don't know who Dan Slott's basically like a
Oh,
writer
I
of
know who the
Spider-Man.
fuck Dan Slott is,
I
but
don't even
continue.
know.
An enraged viewer is is an engaged viewer.
You sure?
Yeah. Yes, honestly, it's like even if like bad publicity is still good publicity. That's what my old journalist professor used to say. Um, it's it may not be ethical, but if it gets you money, it gets you money. It gets you views, it gets you views. If it pisses half the world off, then so be it. As long as it, there's a movie that's actually coming out that talks about that,
But then
where a girl, like she's like a internet terrorist or something. She's making fun of all the tragedies, and she's getting hate clicks, and it's making her popular or infamous. But then she starts questioning like the ethics behind it. It's like, should I even still be doing this? Like, it's kind of ruining my life a little bit. But
but
as
but,
you were saying, Crow,
but then explain how Netflix has made those two shows, got a bunch of hate clicks, and then said, okay, we can't do this anymore, and they're going to do One Piece too. So are they doing that because they want hate clicks, or are they doing this
that's
because
that's a that's a good question. Really, it's like I think. Well, Netflix has been canceling a lot of woke, quote unquote, woke shows, woke TV shows. I think they're trying to lean more into like more of the ethics, more so. I think I'm theorizing. I don't know. It's Netflix. There's a reason why that meme exists.
yeah,
But I know definitely that's what Disney's doing. Disney's going full blown with it, despite all the backlash and stuff, because they know at some point it is still going to get them views and clicks. That's why I'm trying to like inform people: don't watch She-Hulk. Like, just watch Pirate It or watch Secondhand.
Yeah, watch
Don't
something good.
don't give it your time. And for context for people, just to make sure, I don't know why I have to constantly
Like keep in
beat
mind,
this.
she I can't believe I'm saying it, but She-Hulk looks like Abby Zilla.
It's not even her CGI that bothers me. It's like I'm sure that everyone's seen the clip that's been floating around with when her sitting there in front of Hulk, or neuter Hulk, really, talking about all her problems, and her worst problems are that
Professor
she's
Hulk.
getting, yeah, Professor Hulk, Smart Hulk, whatever. I call him neuter Hulk. But it's basically like I mean, it's the first episode, and it's like, give it a couple more. I'm sure she'll change her fucking attitude. But she was just sitting there talking to Hulk, of all people, Bruce Banner, of all people, about her first world problems. Like, oh yeah, she gets catcalled, by men she don't find attractive or whatever, and she gets talked down by her boss, who happens to be male. And it's like, bitch, that's what everybody goes through. Like, I'm sorry, ladies, but that's what everybody goes through. Not really catcalling thing. Really, I'm sure not a lot of men go through that, but I'm pretty sure a really bunch of dead ass good looking men, I'm sure they get harassed by people on the daily, both gay men and straight women. But as for like getting talked down about your feels that like you practically a master's at, that's everybody. That's every guy, every woman, every person that works a job. That especially the one they love.
Oh god,
It's
now I fucking see it.
and so you're telling all that shit to Hulk, you know.
The man who can't even be mildly infuriated.
Yeah, I mean that's what ignited my head, and it's like that was never really She-Hulk to me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a huge fucking you know dorky fan of She-Hulk, but I do know enough to where she's not like this in the comics. Maybe the newer issues, yeah, but not in the like the old ones. Um,
And
yeah, it's like,
like
and
keep
for
in mind,
those you don't know,
she preferred her She-Hulk look in the first place.
yeah, definitely prefer her She-Hulk. Like, no matter how bad the CGI is, I still prefer the CGI version than the real life version. I as far as I can remember, like originally, like Jen didn't even want to go back to her original self
Yeah,
because she loves the power. She loves how she feels. She's more confident,
yeah,
and
like she said like she was like an ugly duckling.
yeah, she was like a thin, frail, nerdy looking ugly duckling. And then and that's like the cool thing about the Hulk shit, about Hulk lore. Is that, and for those of you who don't know, this is going to be some psychological shit. But basically, you don't even really know it, the gist of it. But basically, think of like the Hulks, like Bruce Banner Hulk, She Hulk, Grey Hulk, Red Hulk, all of them. They're all basically representations of your internal psyche. And plus, if you know Bruce, I'll give you just quick notes about it. Bruce grew and and that's why this is such a fucking bullshit crime to even have that scene in the first place. Like, I don't care what her character development is going to be later on, but the fact that you literally just sit there knowing damn well who the person you're talking to is, Bruce Banner, a man that witnessed his abusive father murder his own mother in front of his eyes, had to go into foster
Oh.
care, change his name for several years.
Oh.
Um, got a good job, yes, but there was constantly times where they were threatened to lose money. If it wasn't for Betty's Ross dad, who works in the military. And then once the accident happened from saving his friend with the gamma radiation, you know, all that suppressed pain and anger comes out full first, and so you're constantly have to run away from the government that's constantly after your ass for your whole entire life. You can even have sex without turning to the Hulk and killing somebody. You know,
Okay, that's heart
it's
rate.
and
That fucking
so
reminds me of that Homelander like drawing where he killed a fish with his sperm.
Wow.
man,
Wow.
yeah. So basically, like Bruce Banner of all people should be the last person you should be crying about your problems to. Like Bruce is such an awesome character, uh, in general, not just in this iteration, but in every uh, iteration. Is that he won't care. He won't care if you're venting to him, because he's really like a decent human being. You know, Wolverine on the other hand, I don't know. It depends like how you write him. He could probably care. He could probably not care. But Wolverine is definitely one of the other characters that really have it really really fucking bad. Like he has it worse than Guts, honestly. And that's saying a lot because I'm a Berserk fan, and even I'm saying Wolverine has it worse than Berserk and Guts.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah,
Like
he has it worse than Kratos, I think too.
like 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 you murdered your whole family when you were a
Oh
kid.
yeah. Oh, I mean that's what happened to Logan or James when he was young. Got sick, killed his father, in a blind rage or something. He doesn't even remember. Then he wound up having amnesia from that. Then he ran away with a girl that was, I think it was hinted that she was kind of like his servant. She was bought and paid for just to be his little friend. Um, but they ran off away. Changed their names and identities, and then uh, James went by Logan. He got called Wolverine because how good he was able to dig up mountains and rocks.
Okay.
Um, and then he wound up getting jealous over his female companion's relationship with her, which is creepy because he was an older man when they met the guy. Um, but anyways, Logan, you know, tried to help them out though, regardless, because he knows that you know where he belongs is not really with her, and so he threw a fight with his boss, and so he and her can go off. But then a guy starts shit, and Logan lost his shit and killed her by accident. Um, and then there's another girl, one of Sabretooth's siblings, fell in love with her, killed her brother by drowning him in a vat of acid.
Ooh, that wow. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I got a
What the
question. So
like I know like I compare Logan's date. I shouldn't be saying this, but wow.
I mean, like keep in mind, like I'll keep it short and sweet. The dude's over 200 years old. Like Like
Yeah,
he was
that
born in
healing
the 18.
factor is on some shit.
Yes. Like, okay, so like the whole concept is that Logan is over 200 years old, right? He's from the mountains of Canada. He's fought in just about almost every war there has been. I think he fought in the Civil War, fought in both world wars. He fought in Korea, Vietnam. That's when he got captured and was forced to. I think I haven't read completely all of Wolverine Origins, but that's when he got thrown into Weapon X. Had to work with a guy whose family members who he has slept and killed because he slept with his sister. I mean that's Logan.
That's how you do it.
And then he fell in love with Silver Fox, another mutant. Uh, then she died. I don't, I don't I don't know if it was by Sabretooth's hand or by his hand, but somebody killed her. That fucked him up, and then he had to kill Jane. He joined the X-Men after wandering around for so many other years after losing his memory. So he became amnesiac after Weapon X. Um,
That's kind of where it starts
so,
for me.
so he met the X Men, joined them, fell in love with Jean Grey. Then she turned to Phoenix, and he had to kill her multiple times. I think, in like 3, 4, 5 times, he had to kill her because he was the only one that could.
Gene.
And then, not to mention,
That's
like all his
just
other
cat.
love interests, like the Japanese love interest, she died.
Oh yeah.
Or something. Yeah, something definitely
Yuriko.
happened to her. Had to kill his own children
Oh
because he
really?
found out later on that he had multiple kids, but he had to kill them all because they were going to kill everybody.
Huh.
And he literally had to drown like one of his sons in a puddle. I think because his healing factor wasn't that strong, but still, like drown your own child in a puddle.
Right?
In a fucking puddle.
The work he put in
Um,
there.
Then once he got his memories back, so he remembered all the things that happened. Remember fighting alongside Captain America. He was in one of the concentration camps. Um, and he basically used his healing factor basically to troll all the German or Nazi generals that took charge of there, making them all commit suicide.
This is all this is just hacks.
Yeah, so basically like 200 years or 200 plus years of just agony and pain.
Like
I didn't know all this.
like when
Yeah,
when the mutant gene came at him, it's like, yep, it's time to activate my hacks.
I mean, like other than Bruce Banner, he has one hell of a story too. I mean, so it's kind of like you want to talk about like depressed characters. You got your whole you had the holy group basically your round table, I should say, of of characters with a very shady backstory. So you got Guts,
Mhm.
Bruce Banner, Logan or Wolverine, Kratos. Who else? I think you could say no. Ichigo actually had it pretty good. I mean, yes, he witnessed his mother dying and became depressed for 17 years.
Gene from No More Heroes.
Yeah, yep. Gene from No More Heroes. Um,
Um.
Peter Parker. You can
Yeah,
definitely say that. Yeah, you can throw him
yeah,
in there.
like one, like his fucking uncle died. The only thing he had to a father. Uh,
Spawn. Spawn definitely goes in that table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
uh, and then the whole one more day thing. Like, if there's one
hmm
thing I can retcon, it's one more day.
Oh yeah.
If Deadpool gave me the continuity gem, I would happily retcon one more day.
There's a what now?
um. Well, I don't know nothing about Deadpool's past. I don't think anybody does really.
Well,
Uh,
you
except for
wanted
whoever
to
wrote him
like before he got his powers, or
before he got his powers. But I know like his process. Like he had cancer. That's why he went through the weapon trials. He inherited Wolverine's shit. Except for the metal bones and claws.
yeah,
He
like
just
yeah,
healing factor.
yeah, the healing factor that also turned him completely batshit crazy.
Oh yeah, the whole yeah. He went through a torturous process.
I
So
mean,
he's
like, yeah, like just can't turn him completely batshit crazy.
Trying to think who else. There's so many anime characters too.
Continuity gem.
Think I don't know, but hell, Geralt. You could throw Geralt at the table too, because
But
it's
yeah, it's
his
like
parents sold him off and stuff. Um, Mercy, throw Mercy at the table. Mercy Fox.
uh fuck man
I was gonna say, I was gonna boo, but you know what? Yeah, we'll accept it on here. I don't know about anyone else, but we'll accept it here.
but
I mean, I
yeah
was joking about it, but yeah, if she
yeah
ever got popular enough, then yeah, she will be at the table because she has a pretty fucked up backstory. But as you were saying, sketch.
I was trying to think of something, but I was saying like a I was gonna say like a like going over like some of the stuff like yeah, I would happily alter one more day. Uh it's like honestly, I think like Nick Spencer was trying to like get him back on track. Nick Spencer was kind of the writer for Spider-Man for a good while. You guys didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I did.
I'm that one guy who doesn't
Uh,
know what's going on. I'm just like, um, I'm that
but
one
yeah,
guy.
Nick's but yeah, like when Dan Slott stopped writing for Spider-Man, it's like Nick Spencer took over. And he actually was trying to get Peter's light back together.
yeah.
Continuity gem. I had to look it up. Like, I thought you were just saying things, but I looked it up and I'm like, there's an actual gem.
But yeah, cooking what the continuity gem?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's a legit thing in the Marvel comics. It was like, yeah, if Deadpool gave me the continuity gem, I would happily retcon one more day.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was real. I thought you were like, I'm like, what are you talking about? So I went to go look it up. And I'm like, I can't believe. Yeah, I mean, this must be like in a joke. Not
Uh,
must be like a joke thing, right? I mean, I'm looking up right now. It's
I'll be right
Batman.
back.
All right, in a certain issue,
I
Deadpool
like the
said,
fact that you said like you thought I was joking.
"Yeah, I really thought. I thought, and then also I think the stone is a is was a joke because like I'm like I only heard of whatever the mainstream ones, so that's when I'm like, what is this? And I had to look it up quickly, so I don't look so I can look less stupid. But also, being shown on stream, I think you can tell already. Anywho, um, you gotta get ready to wrap this thing up. But yeah, like I said, awful shows getting canceled.
I think
Good enough for them to get canceled. Um, we just need people that can write things. Resident Evil, it should have like, it should have stick to the source material and everything in it. I wasn't going to watch it in the first place. Because when I heard about it and everything about it, and then I was like, yeah, no, this is nothing that I'm gonna watch because if they're gonna base off the game and have nothing related to the game, I'm like, there's no point watching this. And just like He Man, I mean, I did watch He Man. I mean, I watched with my brother. We watched He Man to completion. And knowing that's coming off another season, I don't think I want to do that again. So I mean, I don't even have Netflix. I don't even watch Netflix or Disney Plus, or any of those shows. I kind of just stick with the YouTube and everything I find on YouTube. So I'm far removed from anything of those shows. Maybe She-Hulk. Obviously, don't I'm not gonna watch that. I mean, looks cool. See the commercials. Commercials popped up on my phone. Commercials popped up on TV. Still don't care. Uh, it might be good, might be great, but I don't know anything what the fans do, and I'm not gonna even pretend to be a fake fan. So Just that being it. Um, but Sky was saying, she was saying in the chat, She-Hulk sucks the series. So fans don't seem to
Uh,
really like it. Not even going to get into it. So but if you guys do watch it, you can tell me you can tell more about it later on and whatnots. Anywho,
I think uh, I think it's about time. I think it's about time we wrap this up, don't you think?
yep. I'm kind of waiting. I'm actually trying to kind of wait for Dog Boy to come back so we can tell him it's all good. We're ready to wrap it up. But what can we expect for the next social reading?
Hmm.
What do you have in store as we?
I always wanted to talk about canceled games that could have canceled stuff that could have been.
When they called vaporware? No, vapor.
I meant like like canceled games, like canceled movies, all that fun stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought there was a name for that kind of uh, like it's like vapor something.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey,
Yeah, we're just
it's called the. Hey, we're kind of just wrapping up this podcast.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just
Oh
asking.
yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Yeah.
I'm just asking Sketcho. Was like, I know it's called vapor something. It's not vaporware, but it was like vapor something where it's like games that don't and stuff like that. I'll look it up, but
Vaporware.
no, it's like shovelware, but probably is vaporware. But I don't want to get mixed up with the music vaporware. Yeah, vaporware. Yeah, vaporware games. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's vaporware. But I didn't want to get mixed up with. I didn't want to get the name vaporware mixed up with vaporware, the music. But yeah, it's called vaporware. Like Last Guardian, and well, that came out. Beyond Good and Evil, Half-Life 2, episode something, episode 3, Star Citizen, which I think that's still coming out. Agent, Duke Nukem, Wild, Cypher Complex, and StarCraft. Those are all vaporware games. Um, and also some movies. But yeah, so what can we expect for the future?
Canceled games that could have been more. You guys think?
Sure.
Mm,
What are you? Oh boy.
I don't know. What we're talking about again?
Uh,
Uh,
th-
ca- for me at least, I want to talk about like canceled games that could have been.
Oh,
just
yeah.
what to expect from like what to expect from you from the future. Not not for the podcast per se, but I'm just saying, what can people look out to see next? What you're doing?
Um,
This is the plug-in
I,
hour.
I'm getting some character designs ready for Enoshima Tales for the next issue. And then I'm gonna design the planet and all that fun stuff. But it is
Uh,
going to be a good a fun comic I'm going to be drawing. Hopefully I can do a little bit more drawings outside of that comic as well as doing YouTube and like outside of both making YouTube thumbnails and comics.
okay, my turn. I guess. Well, I am working on next chapter for GLM. In case y'all didn't know, God's Lost Mercy. There's been a recent chapter that came out. Feel free to check it out. If you don't seem to like the series, that's why I always tell people, if the series not to your taste, then feel free to share it to somebody who might enjoy it. That you think. Um, and I am working on a YouTube video, gaming
Ooh.
YouTube video. Taking some time, trying to get back and you know dust off the rust.
Yeah, last time you were playing
Um,
Stray, and then that was it.
the what?
You were playing Stray on stream.
Yep, yep. Follow me on Twitch. I haven't streamed recently, but I will this week. I will stream some more. And that's it.
Okay, that's it. God's
Yep.
lost mercy. Oh no, my wait, hold on. Wait, is it? Wait, hold on. My voice changed. Okay. God's lost mercy. I just want to play with my voice changer for a second. Um, and fix it up at the same time. And I shouldn't really be playing with the thing at the same time. Okay, yeah. For me, basically, I'm gonna be working on more OmanaC and stuff like that. As I said, um, chapter well, not chapter, but version 1.4 is out there already, so people can play it. Um, and so what happens is that it's available to play. It's available to download. I'm just adding some new characters to the game, and kind of rearranging some stuff and adding like a new plugin that I found within the system, where allows you to like combine items together to make things happen. So I'm doing that. I am also playing Dead Rising 3 on Mondays, and I found out that Dead Rising 3 is actually bringing in people. I'm surprised that it is. It's doing more than Monster Boy, in the Cursed Kingdom. It does it. So I'm glad that I am now uploading long hours of Dead Rising 3. So good. Oh, and I got like a new follower on my channel. So that's two good things. And yeah, other than that, it's just random times I'll show up and stuff like that. I am the reason why this podcast was kind of delayed because I bought Burnout Revenge on Steam, and all I've been doing was listening to Initial D music and driving cars fast um around. So kind of what happened, and I don't know what happened to my audio too. So those are just the two
Oh,
things that
well, I love Burnout.
yeah, it's a great game. I had it on the Xbox, but now I can play it again and listen to Initial D music all day. Right? It's just an excuse. It's actually $6 right now on Steam if you go get it. Uh,
Really?
yeah, and you have to have an Origin account. You don't have to have, but also it tries to try to get your like your your if your webcam, if you have a webcam, is like, yeah, you want to show your picture. I'm like, no, I don't want to show myself. I said sure, and then I'm like, now it's like getting annoying. So it just wants to see your face all the time. Um, but yes, Burnout Revenge. It's $6 on Steam right now on a sale where EA is selling a bunch of games. So if you want to go get it now, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you want to get Burnout Revenge, get it now. It's it's before the sale's over and stuff like that. Other than that, I haven't been checking the Steam. It hasn't been checking the Steam for any sales, but that's what I've been doing, and probably might play on the thing. Oh, and I went back to Maple Story, but no one cares about that. Anyways, Maybe I'll talk about that next time. But it was just going back to Maple Story. But anyways, yeah. So that wraps it up for this week's podcast, and we can post
Yeah.
this everywhere, and we can say goodbye. Bye,
Yep.
everyone.
Bye.
And we put end credits.
Okay, we're good.
Graphic.
Alright, well, I guess I'll help pop off too. But everyone doing alright though?
Yep.
Yeah.